Okay, this is Orlando Wilson. What I want to talk about in this video slash podcast, because they're going out in both formats, is a question that was sent to me by a gentleman on Instagram called Evdokimus Nekathiku. Sorry if the pronunciation's wrong, but sorry. Anyway, he asked me about close protection team management, and just to highlight some of the points about close protection team management. And it's a good question, because managing close protection teams is a lot different, a lot more delicate than managing, say, a man guarding, security guard company, etc. First of all, the main thing where people run into problems with as far as management is concerned is not having a good team. So it starts with recruiting the right people for the job. I tell people, you need to know yourself to start with. You need to understand yourself, and you need to understand how you deal with people. And we all deal with people differently, but you need to step outside yourself and look at yourself and think about how you're dealing with people and how you need to deal with people. Then you need to take a look at the clients and what are the client's requirements. Who is the client? What's their lifestyle? What type of people do you need to put with them so they work with their lifestyle? And again, I've got an article up, I think I've got a video up as well, about racism and discrimination in the close protection business. It is a racist and discriminatory business. Why? We have to put people with clients that match their lifestyle, that match their culture, that match their ethnicity. Then you need to look at the close protection team, the guys, the girls. You need to work out their personalities and work out, okay, how to interact with them, what triggers them, what motivates them, why are they working? Are they there just for the money? Are they there just for the job? Or are they motivated and actually want to, how can I put it, love the close protection world and love what they're doing? Some people do. So again, you need to have that as a starting point of understanding yourself, the client, and your team. Now, a lot of people fall foul, especially people that's been in the military, etc. Because when they get out, they think they can treat people the same way they can treat people in the military. You know, I was in the British military how many years ago? I got out, I bought my way out, I PVR'd because I had enough of the bullshit. Looking back, most of the people that was in charge of me, most of the people I was with, would I give a job these days? No. Did they have good management skills? No. Horrendous. They got to where they were, they got the rank because they stuck around long enough, they kissed enough ass, and they got given the courses, they got given the rank. Would those people succeed in the civilian world? No. Because the only reason their leadership skills was due to their rank. And if people didn't do as they were told, you were charged. That's it. Now take those people out and put them in the civilian world where they have to motivate people, interact with people, and do business with people. They'd be lost, completely lost. I've seen people, I've come across people that treat their people as if they were in the military. They're still on the power trip from the military days. You know what? The civilian world is completely different. To start with, you cannot treat people like shit, like people do in the military. People have to be treated respectfully. If not, they go and find a new job. Now this is where, if you're in the close protection world, if you're managing a close protection team, you cannot let the client know or see any friction that's happening within the team. If you're managing the team and there's friction within the team about whatever, anything petty, people not getting paid, people having clashes of personality, the client will pick up on it, the client will see it, and if the client doesn't see it, then his staff will, and it will be reported back. The other thing as well, if your guys or girls are working in close proximity with the client, the chances are they'll be talking to the client. And if they're talking to the client and they're pissed off, they'll be telling the client they're pissed off. And this is where the backstabbing starts and the issues start. Because again, if you're doing a bad job of being a manager, then I'm sure some of your staff would see themselves taking your place and taking your contract. So this is where the backstabbing starts, because you got to remember, as I said, your guys and girls will be working in close proximity with the client's staff. It would take nothing for them to start talking BS to the client, BS to the client's staff, and putting the knife in your back. So this is something you need to be aware of. If you're managing a team, there needs to be, to put it cheesily, harmony. Everybody needs to get along. Because if people aren't getting along, there's going to be friction, and that will get back to the client. And if that gets back to the client, there's friction within the team. You know what? The clients generally hire you to prevent problems, not to cause problems. And again, if I was a client, I spoke to my clients about this over the years, and it's like, they want everything to go nicely, because they don't want to have to be worrying that their security team's going to be fighting amongst themselves when they should be protecting the client, protecting them. So this is where managing a close protection team is a little bit more delicate, because your guys and girls are working in close proximity with the clients. And again, you don't want any friction, because friction will soon be picked up. And that friction can cost you your job, cost you your contract. Now, over the years, I've managed a lot of, well, retail clients, exclusive brand clients, luxury brand clients, and art galleries, etc. The higher end of the security business, the man guarding business. And you know what? How I treated the guys and girls that was working for me there was a lot different than how I treated CP team. Why? The CP guys should be a lot better qualified, a lot more motivated. Why? To start with, the money's a lot better. But again, this is where business is business in the security world. And again, if somebody offers you a contract for an art gallery, a very nice venue, you'd be stupid to say no. Event security, etc. How you manage those guys and girls, you have to be a little bit harsher. There has to be stricter boundaries, and there has to be more discipline. Why? Generally, those guys and girls are not going to be as motivated and disciplined and trained as the people you're employing for close protection services. I'm always very fair with people, but there has to be strict boundaries, and people have to understand that if there's any discrepancies as far as discipline, etc., they're going to get their asses fired. And I've had problems with people over the years, and I generally fire people on the spot. I've had issues with guys working for me on numerous sites. Never had issues in the CP side of things, but on the man guarding side of things, I've had plenty of problems. And again, my usual thing there is the person that's causing the problems is fired immediately. I've had it where people have caused problems, and you know what? After the person's been fired, they've come back to me and said, oh, well, you owe us how much money, etc. I work this, I work that. You know what? You were earning $20 an hour, $18, $20 an hour. You know what? I had to go and sort out your problem and rectify the mess you caused. My fee is $250 an hour. So if you look how many man hours I put into sorting out your shit, I'm billing you for that. So however much the $1,500 I owe you might be big bucks to you, it's nothing to me, and you owe me about $2.5 grand. So there has to be discipline, there has to be boundaries, but if you're managing close protection personnel, you know what? There has to be a very good rapport, and there has to be harmony within the team, or else it's just not going to work. Yeah, you will have problems, you end up losing the contract, and it will just turn out to be a mess. So that's a little chat on managing close protection teams. I hope it gives you a few things to think about. So follow me along on social media, because I've got a lot more of these videos already out there on various aspects of the close protection business, etc., etc. So there's going to be a lot more going up. So follow me along on social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, and also YouTube. That's the main ones we're using. In the meantime, be good, stay safe, stay out of trouble.